This is eTechBite, and in the last video I told you guys that I'll be bringing you all the iPhone 5 rumors and what the chances of them happening are. So I found this image on AppSheet.com, and I believe it was made by a group of people called Nowhere Else. So let's just get down to it. I'm going to go into all the rumors because there's quite a bit actually. So there's a 50% chance of getting a better camera on the iPhone 5. The iPhone 4 right now has a 5 megapixel camera, and we believe that the iPhone 5 might have an 8 megapixel camera or more. There's a 20% chance that Apple might get rid of the home button. I wouldn't suggest it. I think that the home button is crucial there because you really don't have any other buttons which you would need to use. Like, how would you even go into DFU mode without a home button? You know, maybe use the volume, but let's leave that all aside. I'm just going to keep going on with this. So there's an 80% chance that the iPhone 5 might have a bigger screen, between 4 to 5 inches. With that in mind, if there is a bigger screen, there's probably going to be better resolution on it. So there's a 40% chance of that happening. Right here, it's kind of redundant that they put it twice, but I'm just going to say it anyways. They say that there's a 60% chance that the iPhone 5 is going to have the same design as the iPhone 4, but then there's a 40% chance that there's a new design coming out, which is pretty much the same thing you're saying twice. But yeah, so the only difference between those two right now is that the iPhone 4 right now has a glass backing, but in the same design model, they say that the backing might have a brushed metal look on it, while the new design would kind of feature something like the iPad with the curves on it, which I honestly, from rumors and last video I did where I showed you guys the iPhone 5 case leak, I would say it's 60-40 instead of 40-60. There's a 100% chance of having a white model. The only thing I hope is that they don't delay it like they did for the iPhone 4. There's a 0% chance of having a physical keyboard. But remember this, there's other places that you can get a physical keyboard to attach to your iPhone. For example, ThinkGeek.com. They got a case where you slide your phone into it, and then when you flip it, kind of like the Sidekick, where you flip it and a case pops out at the bottom. So I'll post the link below to that as well. So check that out if you are missing a physical keyboard. I personally prefer the virtual keyboard. There's a 50% chance of having a 64 gigabyte model. I think that's a little bit too much for an iPhone. 32 is more than enough for anyone, really. There's a 30% chance of having full HD video recording, which is like 1080p, but we don't know. It's a 30% chance. I hope it gets there, actually. There's a low-cost model. They said there's a 30% chance of that happening. With that in mind, actually, right now, recently, Apple is saying that, well, rumors and Apple kind of combined are saying that if the low-cost model creates a brand new category in the technology, like in the smartphone world, or if it destroys a category, then they're going to come out with a model like that. With that in mind, a while back on Apple's website, the iPod actually, if I posted it on my blog, I might post a link down below as well, but the iPod had the 3G symbol in the corner like your iPhone does instead of the Wi-Fi symbol. They did change that as soon as it kind of went public, but we might be seeing a 3G iPod model, kind of like the 3G iPad model, which could be the low-cost model of the iPhone, I guess. There's a 50% chance of no more storage, right? Which, like, doesn't make really any sense to me. They're gonna need it. There's a 10% chance of having a 3D model. Apple's probably not gonna go with 3D model, and the only reason is it doesn't fit the whole demographic of what Apple wants to reach all their audience, not some of it, and I would say a quarter of the audience, I believe, either can't see 3D or they get a headache from it and they just can't deal with 3D. So Apple's not going to do this. A better battery, there's a 20% chance that we're going to get a better battery in it. I think we're going to get a little bit of an improvement in the battery because they've been improving it slightly, but not that much of an improvement that you're going to notice. There's going to be a CDMA model, and 2 SIM trays. No, it's not happening. right here, NFC technology. This is going to be huge. This is going to be the way of the future. I can see it happening actually. Right? If you don't know what NFC technology is, it uses a short wavelength to transmit information, such as like your credit card information, pretty much, from your phone to another receiver. I think the distance is like 4 inches or something. It's ridiculously small, but there is a chance of things going wrong. So they got to perfect it. I don't think the iPhone 5 is going to have the NFC technology. Maybe the iPhone 6 or something like that, but not the iPhone 5. But there's an 80% chance based on what Apple Sheet put up. There's going to be an A5 processor. So, yeah, that's going to happen since they already have the A5 processor in the iPads. More RAM. They have to go with more RAM because if they want to compete with other smartphone manufacturers, they got to increase the RAM. Right now it has 512 megabytes, but they're probably going to go to 1 gigabyte at most if they do. 60% chance of an HDMI output. I really hope that this comes out. 4G support. There's a 50% chance of that, and there's a good chance that it's either going to come out in this update or they're going to put the technology in the phone, but not activate it through the OS, if you know what I mean. Then there's going to be enhanced voice controls. There's a 60% chance of that. The voice controls do glitch up now and then. Don't really use it too often, but for a lot of users, they do use it, and they're probably going to improve it a little bit more. iTunes Cloud. Well, it's pretty much already out already, right? iOS 5 included. Clearly, this isn't happening. This is 0% now since we're in August. And in September, right now, the rumor stands as it's either going to be a late September release or early October release. So we'll find out. So I'm going to post this image on my blog. I'm going to post a link down below to my blog, to Apple Sheet. I'm going to post a link to thinkgeek.com if you guys want to go pick yourself up a physical keyboard. And I will also post a link to some information about NFC technology and the iPod 3G leak. All right? So please subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. The whole spiel. Go to Google Plus and follow me. That'll be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And these are some of the iPhone 5 rumors. And I will be bringing you more iPhone news as it comes out. All right. Have a good day, guys.